Satnam Aloha. So how are you feeling this week? Lots of activity and movement happening with that channel of charisma, the 3420, activated through the nodes of the moon, despite a lot of the planets in retrograde. But today, I want to talk about Uranus. So Uranus plays an important role in bringing in the Aquarian age, right? Because Saturn is losing its grip on holding the structures, these old structures of the Maya, the material plane, in place. So one of the many reasons that we're seeing so much domination and control on the planet right now, it's because the old guard is dying, right? To allow for this new guard to come in. So Uranus is the great awakener. It's the liberator. It's the tarot, or the tower card in the tarot, right? It's the breaking through the repression and fear that Saturn represents. It's liberating humanity from the known, what we know. And that's true freedom, is freedom from the known. So freedom can bring a lot of fear up in the collective unconscious of humanity. And we're entering the unknown, the eternal present moment. That's where we're being called to come into this present now moment, the eternal moment. So many on the planet, out of fear, are clinging to the old, right? Even though the old has kept us enslaved to the Maya, the material world. So this is a time for you to really become free of the old patterns, these ancient patterns from our ancestors. So please don't fall victim to any fear you may be feeling right now. Just allow it to pass through your body. Don't let your mind go in there and make up stories. It's just fear is leaving, right? Leaving you, as well as the victim consciousness. So let's look at the Uranus transits for the next couple of years. So we've got Uranus transiting from June 18th, 21. So it's already in there till October 24th, 21. It's in the second gate. And then on October 25th, 21 to April 6th, 2022, it moves into the 24th gate. And then on April 7th, 2022 till May 8th, 2023, all the way to 2023, and moves back into the second gate. So the second gate is the gate of direction. It's the most feminine of all the 64 hexagrams, and it's coming off the G center, which is the self. Remember in my last video, I talked about the G center. If you have it defined or open, go have a listen to that if you haven't already. But after you watch this video. So the shadow of the second gate is disorientation, which expresses itself as feeling lost in life. I'm in the wrong place, I'm in the wrong job, I'm in the wrong relationship. These are the kind of thoughts that can come up when we're under the shadow pattern. And the gifts are orientation and unity. And remember, the Aquarian age, we're moving into unity consciousness. So this second gate is very important. It's also very important to our existence because this is where the magnetic monopole resides, in the sternum. This is the magnetic frequency that attracts experiences to us, but it doesn't repel like a typical magnet. It's a monopole. Now, it doesn't matter if you have the two activated in your chart or not. You can go to the link in the information box to get your free chart if you haven't already, because we all have a magnetic monopole. So science hasn't caught up with this yet, but the proof will come, right, as into the consciousness as we evolve. So the magnetic monopole holds us in the illusion of the material world. It holds the whole illusion in place. It holds the unconscious and the conscious together. So it holds this binary consciousness that we all possess. So the magnetic monopole keeps us in the illusion of separation, right? And this is why we feel disoriented and lost when in the shadow frequency. And remember that humanity is one human organism. We're all one. This is a real thing. So I'll do a more in-depth video at some point because it's quite magical, this magnetic monopole. So basically, it's like we're in a car. You know, we're in a nice stretch limo. And this is our physical body, the vehicle. And this represents our unconscious. That's the red side on your chart. And we are the passengers sitting in the back seat. Although I mean like you and me. We're in our own vehicle, sitting in the back seat. This is the observer. And the observer witnesses life. So the one driving, the driver, is called the magnetic monopole. So where is it driving us? Well, it's driving us through time and space. And it's very wise and knows much more than our little ego tells us, right? The story we're here to live out in this lifetime. Well, the magnetic monopole knows we're here to live out our authenticity in this lifetime, right? We're destined to meet certain people. We're destined to have certain experiences, depending on our karmas. So this magnetic monopole is deeply attractive. Remember, it's the most feminine hexagram in all the 64 in the wheel. So it's deeply attractive, and it attracts people, environments, and experiences to us. And the ego doesn't like to hear any of this because the ego thinks it's doing everything, right? The ego is directing your life circumstances. This isn't true, right? So what do we do? Well, what do we do? Like typically, well, we become backseat drivers. I don't like this. Take this route. It's nicer. Complaining and blaming with incessant chatter about what's wrong with our lives, what's wrong with other people's lives. So it's like if you got on a plane, right? And then you're rushing to the cockpit and telling the pilot, move aside, I'm going to drive this thing, right? It would be a disaster, wouldn't it? Because you're not qualified, you're not trained, but the magnetic monopole is. So really for the Aquarian age, we're coming into the place of passenger consciousness, passenger consciousness. This is the holy witness that I talk about. And what does a good passenger do? Well, they sit back, they relax, they enjoy the view. We're here to enjoy the view. So this is, as a side note, this is the kind of stuff that's in my recorded readings. What you're designed to see, right? This reading will show you, and what your vehicle needs to operate correctly. Because there's rules to the Maya. We don't know these rules. So this reading gets you started in learning what is correct for you as a unique being. This is a science of differentiation, not a homogenized one-size-fits-all thing, right? And the paradox is we are one organism, but we're all unique expressions of that one organism. So we're learning to respond to life, not react. We're learning to surrender to life and trusting that our vehicle will let us know where we're supposed to go. And how do you do this? Well, it's based on your aura type, right? So the magnetic monopole creates the auras. There's 5 different types of auras, and it's unique to you. So 70% of the world are what's called the generator type. So this includes manifesting generators and generators, 35% MGs and 35% generators. And they basically rule the world, right? They generate the life force energy that we all live in on this planet, that frequency. So your word as a generator is respond, right? You're here to respond to life using your sacral. And I talk about all this stuff in my recorded readings. So yeah, if you haven't received yours, you can order one, and it's only taking me 24 to 48 hours now. So check out the link below. It's in the information box. So you're here to surrender to life, right? Everything now in the Aquarian age is turning right side up again, which means we don't hustle and hassle. We don't go and get. We wait. And generators wait to respond to what the magnetic monopole is bringing to them, right? And then we enter into this magical, effortless flow. This is the doing without doing. So the magnetic monopole is a force that binds existence together. And the Aquarian age is filled with many, many paradoxes. Yes, we are spiritual beings having human experiences, and this is what's real and authentic and true. Yet at the same time, we need to respect the illusion, right? So it helps to know how this illusion works so that we can enjoy our brief time here. It's not all about becoming a martyr, right, and suffering our way through life as spiritual people. That was the Piscean age. It's old news. This is a completely new age that's coming. We won't recognize the world that's coming, right? We're here to enjoy our existence. So this enjoyment is at the highest frequency. It's not just about sense enjoyment. This is self-sensory enjoyment. This is the solar plexus mutation that I talk about. That's right. That's really being activated in 2027. So we now have Uranus activating this magnetic monopole. And Uranus is the wild card of the planet, the planetary family, right? Uranus is the wild card. Filled with surprises, filled with the unexpected. It's like you're driving down the highway and suddenly, whew, the car goes on the off-ramp and goes into some kind of dark forest, right? But there's a greater purpose here because Uranus is liberating you from your false self. And that's the self that we all created when we were children to cope with the shadow world that we've been living in, right? The world of lies. That's the Piscean age. So whatever's going on in your life right now, well, welcome it because it's getting you back on track, right? It's getting you driving the right roads so that you meet the right people, so that you do your right purpose, right? Your soul purpose. So Uranus brings chaos. That's always a sign of great change. And don't get fooled by the chaos out in the external world or even in your life, right? Let the debris fall from your life and trust that your authenticity will emerge, right? Like the phoenix from the flames. We're all being rebirthed right now. So we have a couple years, right? 2023 to go that we're going to experience this influence. So expect the unexpected, right? But it's going to get humanity as a whole pointed in the right direction in terms of our evolution, right? This is about our compass. This is our north, right? Our north and our compass. Okay, so a reminder that the Unconscious Sun Father Wound webinar series is coming up October 10th and 17th. So there's a particular wound for you to integrate. And also, not just the wound, but the gift, right? The gift that's passed down from your ancestors through your father. So this can help you undo the childhood blocks that are keeping you from feeling confident, having self-respect, having healthy self-esteem, right? Having courage. And so I just want to remind people, because I got a couple emails about this, that there's no overlap with the Mother and Father Wound webinars, with the Inner Child program. They actually complement one another really, really well. So remember that you not only heal yourself, but you heal your own father, you heal your grandfather, you heal your great-grandfather, and so on, of this father wound. And you heal your ancestral line, right? Your family of origin, and ultimately humanity. So it's really time to connect to your own divine authority. This is our natural state. It's not our natural state to become slaves to outside authorities. That's an insult to the human race. So this is a shorter message for today than I normally upload, but I wanted to get something out there, and I'll probably go more into depth with this as it's a long transit because I'm moving, right? I'm moving in 2 days, so chaos is abound here where I am. I'm very excited, and again, thank you so much to your prayers, and also thank you to the people that support this work. And if you're not unable to afford a program or a service or something, you can always share, right? You can always share these videos to the groups that you belong to on Facebook. That's a good thing to do. So subscribe, ring the bell, and share, and leave your comments below, please. I love reading them, and so does everybody else. You can follow me on Telegram, Instagram, Odysee, and Facebook. But better yet, the best thing you can do is to sign up for my free newsletter. And that way we stay connected if these platforms go down. And that's at the very top of the information box. Okay? So enjoy your evening, your day, wherever you are in the world. And remember that everything that's happening in your life is ultimately helping you to awaken, right? That the universe has your best interests at heart. Okay? So trust in that and surrender to life and trust your vehicle. So I'll see you at next video. Satnam Aloha.